Your entire life, you have been measured by a metric that does not exist. They told you this was the path, the way, the truth. They lied because it was convenient. How to build a dangerous aura that makes people fear, respect you. This is not a lesson you will find in any self-help book. This is not positive thinking. This is not manifestation. This is the anatomy of power. This is the dissection of human nature laid bare on the table. And if you are still carrying the naive belief that the world rewards goodness, that truth always wins, that hard work guarantees success, then you are about to have surgery performed on your consciousness without anesthesia. Machiavelli understood something that most people spend their entire lives refusing to see. He understood that the world operates on principles that have nothing to do with what you were taught in school, in church, by your parents. The world does not care about your feelings. It does not care about your intentions. It cares about results. It cares about who holds the power and who knows how to use it. There is a hierarchy, a ladder. Most people never even see the first rung because they are too busy looking down, too busy trying not to fall, too busy surviving to realize they could be climbing. But the few, the ones who make it to the top, they see something different. They see the machinery. They see the strings attached to every puppet. They see the game board, while everyone else is still arguing about the rules. There is a concept in warfare called the fog of war. It means that in the chaos of battle, nobody knows what is really happening. Information is incomplete. Perception is distorted. Fear magnifies threats. Hope creates illusions. In that fog, the side with the clearest vision wins. Life is the same. Most people are living in a fog so thick they cannot see their own hand in front of their face. They make decisions based on feelings. They react to triggers. They follow impulses. They believe narratives without questioning the source. They trust people without testing their loyalty. They assume good intentions because assuming bad intentions feels cynical, feels dark, feels wrong. And while they are busy being good, someone else is being effective. Machiavelli was not teaching evil. He was teaching realism. He was saying, look at the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. He was saying that if you bring a knife to a gunfight because you think violence is wrong, you are not moral. You are dead. Morality is a luxury of the powerful. The powerless do not get to choose their values. Their values are chosen for them by whoever holds the gun. This is why you must acquire power first, not for its own sake, not to dominate others, but to protect yourself, to build something, to create the space where you can actually live according to your values. You cannot be good if you are dead. You cannot be generous if you are broke. You cannot help others if you are drowning. Power is not the enemy of virtue. Powerlessness is. Now let me tell you about the most dangerous trap you will face. It is called the savior complex. This is the belief that you can fix people, that you can save them, that if you just love them enough, sacrifice enough, give enough, they will change. This belief will destroy you. It will drain you of energy, money, time, sanity. It will leave you empty and bitter. And the person you tried to save, they will resent you for it. Machiavelli understood this. He said the one who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived. People do not want to be saved. They want to stay exactly where they are while complaining about it. They want the comfort of victimhood without the responsibility of change. When you try to pull them out of their hole, they will pull you in, not because they are evil, but because misery loves company, and your success makes their failure more obvious. You must learn to identify the unsavable, the chronically unlucky, the perpetually offended, the forever victim, the always right. These people are black holes. They consume light and give back nothing. You cannot fill them. You cannot fix them. You can only exhaust yourself trying. The smart move is to walk away. Let them drown in their own choices. Save your energy for those who actually want to climb, who actually want to grow, who actually have the humility to learn. This brings us to a critical distinction. There is a difference between being ruthless and being cruel. Cruelty is hurting people for pleasure. Ruthlessness is making hard decisions for a purpose. When you cut someone out of your life who is draining you, you are not being cruel. You are being ruthless. You are choosing your survival over their comfort. This is not only acceptable, it is necessary. Let me take you deeper into the machinery of the mind. Most people think they are the author of their thoughts. They think they choose what they believe, what they value, what they want. This is an illusion. You are not the author. You are the narrator of a story that was written by your parents, your culture, your experiences, your traumas. You are reading a script and calling it free will. Machiavelli knew this. He knew that human beings are programmable, not in a sinister way, just in a mechanical way. You put certain inputs in, you get certain outputs out. If you grow up in scarcity, you develop scarcity thinking. If you grow up in chaos, you develop anxiety. If you grow up being punished for speaking, you develop silence. The child adapts to survive, but the adaptation becomes a prison in adulthood. This is why so many people are stuck. They are running software that was installed 20, 30, 40 years ago. Software designed for a different environment, a different threat landscape, a different version of themselves, but they never updated it. They never questioned it. They just keep running the same loops, wondering why they keep getting the same results. To break free, you must become conscious of the script. You must see the patterns. You must ask yourself, why do I react this way? Where did this belief come from? Is this really what I think? Or is this what I was taught to think? This process is painful. It is destabilizing. It feels like dying. Because in a way, you are dying. The old you, the programmed you, has to die so the real you can emerge. But here is the secret. Once you see the machinery, once you understand the code, you can reprogram yourself. And if you can reprogram yourself, you can program others. Not in a manipulative way, necessarily, but in the sense that you understand what drives people, what motivates them, what scares them. You can speak to the emotional subconscious instead of the logical conscious. And the subconscious is where all the power lives. Let me give you a tactical example. You want someone to do something. The amateur tries logic. They present facts, data, rational arguments, and they are confused when it does not work. The Machiavellian bypasses logic entirely. They figure out what the person fears or desires, and they frame the request in those terms. You are not asking them to do something. You are offering them a way to avoid pain or gain pleasure. Now they want to do it. Now it feels like their idea. That is influence. This is also why you must guard your own subconscious. You must be aware of what you are consuming, who you are listening to, what beliefs are being planted in your mind. Every advertisement, every news article, every conversation is an attempt to program you. Most people walk through life with their mental firewall turned off. They let anyone install anything. Then they wonder why they feel anxious, confused, manipulated. Machiavelli operated in a time of assassins and poisoners. Today, the poison is information. The assassins are algorithms. The battlefield is your attention. And most people are losing the war because they do not even know there is a war. They think they are scrolling. They think they are learning. They are being programmed. Every click, every like, every share is data that someone is using to predict you, to influence you, to control you. Now we move from theory to practice. Understanding is useless without application. You can know everything I have said and still die poor, alone and powerless if you do not act. So here is the manual. Here is the step-by-step process of becoming a Machiavellian operator in the real world. First, you must cultivate strategic silence. Stop explaining yourself. Stop justifying your decisions. Stop seeking approval. When someone questions you, you have three options. You can ignore them completely. You can answer with a question that redirects attention back to them. Or you can give a response so brief and final that there is nothing left to discuss. What you never do is defend. Defense is admission of weakness. It signals that their opinion has power over you. Second, you must learn to control your reactions. Emotional volatility is a tell. It shows your cards. It shows what you care about, what hurts you, what threatens you. A Machiavellian operator has a poker face, not because he feels nothing, but because he has mastered the gap between stimulus and response. Someone insults you. Inside, you feel the anger, but outside, nothing. You pause, you breathe, you decide if this is worth your energy. Usually, it is not. Third, you must become a student of leverage. Leverage is understanding what someone wants and what someone fears, then positioning yourself as the bridge to one or the barrier to the other. You do not need to be the most talented person in the room. You just need to be the person who controls access to what everyone wants. This is why gatekeepers have power. This is why middlemen get rich. They own the choke point. Fourth, you must build optionality. Never be dependent on one source of income, one relationship, one path. Dependence is slavery. The moment you need something, you lose the power to negotiate for it. You take what they offer. You accept their terms. But if you have options, if you can walk away, if you do not need them more than they need you, then you dictate terms. This is freedom. Fifth, you must practice strategic generosity. This sounds counterintuitive. I have been talking about ruthlessness, about cutting people off, about self-preservation. But here is the paradox. The most effective way to control people is to make them feel indebted to you. When you help someone, when you do them a favor, especially a favor they did not ask for, you create a psychological debt. Most people are desperate to clear that debt. They will repay you tenfold because the weight of owing you makes them uncomfortable. But you must be selective. You do not help everyone. You help people who have the capacity to repay, people who are on their way up, people who will remember. You plant seeds in fertile soil, not in concrete. And when they bloom, when they rise, they bring you with them, not because you demanded it, because they feel they owe it to you. This is soft power. This is the art of making allies who think they chose you. Sixth, you must learn to endure misunderstanding. When you operate at a higher level, when you think in longer time frames, when you make moves that will not pay off for years, people will think you are crazy. They will think you are wasting your time. They will mock you, doubt you, warn you. Let them. Their mockery is proof that you are ahead of them. If they understood what you were doing, they would be doing it too. Your job is not to convince them. Your job is to execute. Let me tell you what is going to happen next. You are going to close this video and return to your life. You are going to see the same people, walk the same streets, perform the same routines. But something has shifted. There is a crack in the foundation of your reality. You heard something you were not supposed to hear. You learned something they do not teach in schools. You looked behind the curtain. At first, you will try to forget. You will try to go back to the comfortable ignorance of before. But you cannot. It is too late. The seed has been planted. You will start noticing things. The way your coworker subtly takes credit for your ideas. The way your friend always needs something from you, but is never available when you need them. The way your partner uses guilt to control your behavior. The patterns you ignored before because you wanted to believe people were good. And you will face a choice. You can continue pretending. You can keep playing the role of the nice person, the agreeable person, the person who never rocks the boat. You can keep sacrificing yourself on the altar of other people's comfort. Or you can do something radical. You can choose yourself. You can prioritize your own survival, your own goals, your own peace. You can become selfish in the truest sense of the word. Having a self worth protecting. This is terrifying because you have been taught that putting yourself first is wrong, that boundaries are mean, that self-preservation is selfishness. But Machiavelli would ask you a simple question. What good are you to anyone if you are destroyed? How can you help others if you are drowning? The airline safety instructions tell you to put your own oxygen mask on first before helping others. This is not cruelty. This is logic. When you start operating from Machiavellian principles, people will notice. Some will respect you more. Some will fear you. Some will hate you. Let them. Their opinion of you is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to yourself, to your mission, to the people you choose to protect. Everyone else is noise. You will lose friends. You will burn bridges. You will disappoint people who were comfortable with the old version of you, the version that said yes to everything, that absorbed abuse without complaint, that put everyone else first. Good. Those were not real friendships. Those were transactions where you were the one paying, but you will also gain something. You will gain yourself. You will gain time. You will gain energy. You will gain the clarity that comes from living in alignment with reality instead of living in alignment with a fantasy. And slowly, quietly, you will start building something real, not a performance, not a facade, but actual power, actual freedom, actual peace. This is the path of the sovereign, the one who kneels to no one, the one who needs nothing from anyone, the one who moves through the world like water, formless, adaptable, impossible to grasp, impossible to stop. Machiavelli is not remembered because he was good. He is remembered because he was true. He looked at the darkness and he did not blink. He mapped it. He understood it. He taught others how to navigate it. You have a choice. You can be a philosopher, sitting safely on the sidelines, debating ethics while the warriors decide your fate. Or you can be a warrior, bloody, scarred, victorious. Machiavelli chose the warrior. I am choosing the warrior. The question is, what are you choosing? Because the world is not waiting for your answer. The game is happening right now. You are either playing or you are being played. There is no third option. Wake up, armor up. It is time.